Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to week 2 of Quick Picks, and I'm gonna be real with you, okay? I've had internet problems all day. I've had school this last week. I really couldn't be able to do anything on YouTube, so I'm sorry for not uploading. And I've just been struggling with Wi-Fi. We had to get new Wi-Fi hooked up. A lot of stuff going on. I'm not gonna explain it, of course, but I really just having trouble with it. So that's why this one's going up kind of late. This game or this episode might come out like in the halftime of Bengals Browns Thursday Night Football, and I might be kind of sloppy because I'm kind of recording this kind of fast. But anyways, as you can see, we went 13-3 last week, which is pretty decent. I'm kind of glad we went 13-3. I think the Colts, Jaguars, the Eagles football team, and the Seahawks, Falcons are the ones we got wrong. Pretty good, though. But anyways, 13-3 for last week. No teams are on bye for week 2. Let's go ahead and get to Thursday Night Football, which probably is on right now. Bengals at Browns. I have the Browns win this one, 26-17. We saw problems on both ends of the teams. But what I think is that the Browns, they just got to establish the run game. They just got to get OBJ and Baker Mayfield on the same page. And I think they'll be better than the Bengals. It's pretty easy. You just got to get the run game going. I think that's all they need. The next game, going to our afternoon slate, I have the Giants at Bears. Now, we saw the problems with the Giants, and the Giants were doing an absolutely horrible job projecting Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley only getting 6 yards. It wasn't his fault. He's a better running back than that. It was his O-line's fault, and the fault that they only kept on using tight ends. And the tight ends cannot block in the Giants, and that is why the Giants are probably going to lose this game again, because they're playing the Bears D-line, which is the Bears D-line. Keep in mind, is really good. So, I mean, you face Khalil Mack and you have Giants O-line, you're probably going to lose. So I have Giants win this one, 2013 Bears, or Bears, sorry, not Giants winning it. I told you I'd be sloppy, but the D-lines are going to be the differences in this game. 2013 Bears win. Rams at Eagles, another team that has a pretty awful O-line, or O-line, you know, they just have a pretty bad O-line. I don't know what I'm saying, but anyways, they can't protect the quarterback. Carson Wentz got sacked like 8 times, or I don't know, something against Washington football team, a team that's not that good. If you get sacked that much, then all hell is going to break loose. And we saw how good the Rams defense can be, other than Jalen Ramsey just absolutely selling and put on a show on that offensive pass interference call. But anyways, Rams are going to win this one, 31-25. Falcons at Cowboys. Falcons can be pretty good. They put up a lot of points. We saw problems with their defense. Russell Wilson kind of toasted them. Same thing for the Cowboys. But because of this, I just see Cowboys winning it, 34-27. There's not much else to say. The Falcons have problems with their defensive end, and the Cowboys have Zeke Elliott and Prescott. So, I mean, I think it's pretty easy if the Cowboys win this one. Next one I have is Panthers and Buccaneers. Panthers at Buccaneers, sorry. The Buccaneers, they really didn't play that good versus the Saints. I said in the first one that Tom Brady has to get used to the system with Tampa Bay, and of course that's true. It ended out like that. Tom Brady threw a lot of picks, threw 1 pick 6, but I think he'll clean it up, and I think he'll get a lot better versus the Panthers, a team that should be easy to roll past. 34-14 is my final score for the Buccaneers. 49ers at Jets. This is a really weird team that lost last week, which I actually predicted. I predicted the Cardinals getting the upset, and I was correct. It's weird to see them lose already in week 1, but I think once again they can fix it up, just kind of like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it's the Jets. So I think they get this win 28-10. Not much else to explain there. Broncos at Steelers. We saw weak sides in both these teams with offense, but their defenses did pretty good. What I mainly got to say is that the Steelers defense is really good, and the Steelers offense wasn't really bad. He had Ben Roethlisberger back. Running game with Snell might be different, but I think the Steelers' offense is going to be the difference in this game. 38-27 Steelers. Jaguars at Titans. We saw Jaguars put on a show. Really cool to see them win. I did not predict it, though. And the Titans, they could have done better. I think the only reason why Titans kept that game close is because of the kicking, the special teams. If they get the special team cleaned up, kickers have bad days, too. They're going to win this game, I think. It's pretty easy. They should have had like 20-ish points put up on the board, or like 25 points, more than that, versus the Broncos. So I think the Titans should win this game if they get the kicking game and the special teams fixed up. Lions at Packers. Packers absolutely, they just went crazy versus the Vikings last week. Same thing with the Seahawks. Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers had awesome performances last week. And I think Aaron Rodgers is going to keep that. However, it's the Lions. I feel like the Packers and the Lions always have close games. I'm going to put it 26-20. Lions have been really disappointing. Really sad to see what's his name? Swift. I'm telling you, I'm going to be sloppy. He's going to drop that touchdown pass that really just almost put tears in my eyes. But anyways, next one is Bills at Dolphins. This game, I have my first upset. I have the Dolphins winning this one. The reason why, the Dolphins played Cam Newton week 1. And of course, what we know is Cam Newton likes to run. He got 2 running touchdowns last week. And I think if the Dolphins work on fixing that, which they probably will, then they can stop Josh Allen. Josh Allen likes to run too, and if you can stop Josh Allen from running, you force him to throw. When you force him to throw, you force him to panic, and that is the reason why I think the Dolphins can win this game. The Dolphins have the defense. They were keeping up with the Patriots, which is pretty good. Of course, they lost the game like the last minute. So I think the Dolphins can keep up with the Bills. Their defense is good too, but the Dolphins, I think they'll play a little bit better. 26-23 is my final score for the Dolphins. Our final game of the afternoon slate is Vikings at Colts. We saw problems at both the ends of the teams. I watched the Vikings play, about 60 minutes last Sunday. So, I mean, there's not much else I can say. The offense for the Vikings wasn't doing much. The defense wasn't doing either. And, of course, the Colts, I guess that's the same goes for them because they lost to the Jaguars. However, I think Philip Rivers can fix these problems faster than Kirk Cousins, which is the reason why I give the Colts a win 33-24. And next I have football team at Cardinals. Now the football team did a really good performance versus the Eagles with a lot of sacks. Defense played well, and even the run game played pretty decent. They won versus the Eagles last week. But the Cardinals is a whole different story. I mean, you beat the 49ers, then, you're set. I mean, that's awesome. I saw Kyler Murray play. He played good. D-Hop played good, too. I think everybody in the Cardinals play good, and I think that's what's going to be the difference in this game is just the Cardinals has more skilled players. They both can be pretty good. The football team on paper sounds like it'd be bad, but they perform pretty good in the field. And the Cardinals on paper sounds like they should be really good, but I think they can actually be, somewhat good. So I'll give the Cardinals a win, 24-17. It'll be a close game. Cardinals will be 2-0, kind of crazy. Next game is Ravens at Texans. We saw how good the Ravens can be, or we saw how bad the Browns can be. Either way you want to look at it. I think the Ravens are still going to get this game win because the Texans are kind of sloppy. Their run game is decent, but Deshaun Watson and his O-line has done absolutely nothing. We saw it versus the Chiefs. It was basically impossible for Deshaun Watson to get anything out. So I think the Ravens are going to win this game. I'm sorry if you hear a dog barking in the background. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but I'm just going to keep it going. Chiefs at Chargers. We saw how good Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense can be. It's going to be pretty self-explanatory. Chiefs are going to win this game. Chargers were having a problem with the Bengals. I don't think I need to explain this one much. I'm going to keep them going fast. The Sunday Night Football. Patriots and the Seahawks is a really good matchup. The Seahawks offense is really good. You're not really be able to stop that. Even how good the Patriots defense is, Seahawks offense is probably better. And I'm pretty sure they can stop Cam Newton to an extent, which is why I give Seahawks 33-27 win over here in Sunday Night Football. Pretty good game, though. And then Monday Night Football, here's my second upset. I have the Raiders beating the Saints. Kind of crazy, right? Well, anyways, I mean, the Drew Brees and his offense hasn't really done much. That's why I'm saying the Raiders are going to get this game done. And then the Raiders put up pretty good points versus the Panthers, and Josh Jacobs had a field day. I think the Saints cannot keep up with Josh Jacobs, and oh my goodness, can that dog shut up? And then I can think that, it's going to be pretty easy for the defense of the Raiders to stop Drew Brees, considering they had offensive problems. So that's all I got to say. Like I said, I got this out really sloppy, and I'll see you guys later.